Jason, there are short moments of clarity, clear mind, but this is not enlightenment? Is enlightenment then a constant state or stages, steps of enlightenment? Okay, there's a lot going on in this statement here. Okay, so there's actually no such thing as clear mind, and there's no such thing as enlightenment. Those are just words we use pointing to an experience. So how can there be a constant state? That's the first point I want to make. Because that means to me, when I'm thinking of something that's constant, I'm thinking of moment to moment to moment to moment. But there is no moment to moment to moment to moment. There's no past, there's no present, and there's no future. This moment, that doesn't have past, doesn't have present, doesn't have future. So there is no consistency. In fact, the only time we can experience this clear mind or clarity is right now, but that's already gone. And there are no stages or steps of enlightenment. Because again, that has this and that. This and that only exists in our thinking. Now, for teaching purposes, we talk about all this kind of stuff. In fact, in my book, I talk about sudden enlightenment, gradual enlightenment. There's a lot of arguments and controversy about this. Do a search online, you can find it. A lot of Zen masters arguing about that. But to me, it means something else. Sudden enlightenment just means right now in this moment, realizing our enlightened nature. And the only time we can do it is now, but that's already gone, right? So we can't do it 5 minutes ago. We can't do it because that's already too late, and we can't do it in the future. So right now. So we call that, the name for that is sudden enlightenment in this moment. Gradual enlightenment, as I wrote in my book, to me means how do we use enlightenment in our lives? So often you hear me talk about waking up to this original nature, perceiving truth, and then responding to that truth with action. If you look at the Buddha's life, it was very similar. He did many different kinds of practicing and eventually just sat under the Bodhi tree, realized his enlightenment. And apparently he stayed there. He didn't want to get up. I just recently read how many days that was. Was it 21 days? But after that time, that small period of time, he got up from the Bodhi tree and he taught for 49 years. That's the function of enlightenment. That's what I call gradual enlightenment. Because wisdom and skillful means can take some time. If you're like me, it takes a long time. Waking up is very easy. That's the easy part. But how do we use it from moment to moment to moment, especially when we're in very difficult situations or we're encountering people who are different from us, maybe have a different beliefs and different views? It's very hard to act skillfully. It's very hard to help in that moment. So that's why it takes some time. Usually we learn from our own experience. So if we use this clear mind in this moment and pay attention to our words, to our actions, how we respond to this world, this wisdom grows and becomes very clear. Okay?